and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. I think it's time for another tips and tricks video for those who can't deny their addiction to Fortnite Battle Royale. Whether you are a dirty casual like me or a pro in waiting putting in 30 hours a week, these 25 tips should keep you one step ahead of your rivals. Before we start, we are 9 seasons deep into Fortnite Battle Royale. If you could only rock one skin for the rest of your days, who would you choose? Which one would it be? Upvote your favourites in the comments below. For me, it's a tough choice, but I'd have to say Hime. Kuso, sore wa sekushi na doseda. I have no idea what I said, but it was Japanese and it sounded awesome. Anyway, let's get on with this. Tips from Twitch pros. Let's do this. Let's start with getting out of the battle bus and to the ground first. Did you know that aiming straight into the air thrusters can cancel your glide animation? You have to be completely above it when you drop from the bus, but then straight down into the airflow without your glider popping. Pretty damn cool. It's a game changer. Sticking with those bladeless fans, have you ever been shot whilst rotating to other areas? We've found that consistently leaving the jet stream and re-entering it makes you a harder target to hit, and surprisingly it's only slightly slower than staying inside the current at all times. Here's a speed comparison. If you use this method, you'll also be able to surprise enemies by landing on top of those fans. I know it's early days, but you'll be surprised how long people take to notice, and when they do, jump straight back into the slipstream and take up yet another attack point. Just in case you weren't aware of it, you can enter those slipstreams with a vehicle and you'll receive a free redeploy. So pass through one with a quad crasher for extra safety. You never know, you may be shot out of midair and fall to your death. Prevent that by going through the slipstream. As a side note, the geysers offer fall invulnerability too when entering with a vehicle. So free invulnerability and a free glider. I'm not going to turn that down. In a previous video, we talked about the brilliance of the block, a constantly changing area that, if you learn the layout quick enough, you can dominate there constantly. We already know about the super secret top tier chest hidden at the block, but there's a few other reasons why it's such a great place to start, especially when it's away from the battle bus path. You know, when there's less people around. Depending on the design of the block, the materials on offer are astounding. And the main reason why? It's because everything there is destructible and therefore mine-worthy. Keep in mind, some elements are not worth any resources at all, but the majority of the time, it's excellent. And to build on this point, the block has proven to have the most ammo spawn points on the entire map. At the end of Season 8, one block had 21 ammo spawns. AR ammo for days. Let's turn our attention to the respawn vans, where we reboot our friends. They've changed how we play the game. Here's a few things though to remember around them. Firstly, remember they are indestructible. Use them for natural cover. You can also be relatively safe as building near the vans is impossible. But here's how I personally use them tactically. Have you ever been in a position where you've knocked and killed one enemy, but alas, their partner cannot be found? This may be a little passive, but simply wait by the reboot van. They will come to you, and more often than not, they'll be focused on rezzing their teammate and hand you yet another easy kill. And even better than that, they bring all their loot to your feet. So if you lose an enemy, keep an eye on the nearest respawn point. The sight of huge builds around the reboot van can give extra attention in battle, so here's something to keep in mind. Using a cone or pyramid to hide underneath during the respawn wait. An extra layer of safety without using all your mats and gaining unwanted attention. Respawn within a cone. This one isn't really a tip, it's just the right thing to do. When you pick up a friend's banner, try to take a weapon for them too. The pistol they automatically receive isn't great. This is also your opportunity to drop minis, to split mats and ammo. Getting your teammate back is only the first step. Get them back into the fight, instead of hunting for loot. This can all tie into the Shadow Bomb too. It's possible to collect teammates' banners whilst in the Shadow realm. Grabbing them during fights is completely possible. Run in, run out, get the team back together before going back into war. So even if you're the last man standing in the squad and you really don't have a chance, One shadow bomb can be your ticket to winning. The shadow bomb is also great to have at the last few circles as it negates fall damage from height. I've also tried to use it to see if it's possible to remain unnoticed in the last few circles. It is, but it's damn scary feeling helpless. As a general point though, using a shadow bomb to save mats in later game can be a lifesaver. As we're on the shadow bomb, did you know that you can scale entire mountains with it? The shadow bomb can be used unlimitedly on vertical sections. The timer doesn't run out if you're in peril, like vertically climbing a mountain, so hypothetically you could simply jump on the side of a mountain indefinitely. So the time has come to look at getting into those annoying turtle houses. I'm going to start with the most obvious tip on Earth, and I'm only just starting to use it 2 years after the game launched. Wall replacing in duos. Back in the old days when two of us were attacking a turtling opponent, we'd take a side each and spam through the wall. Well, since turbo building and sensitivities have changed and improved and quickened, this isn't as easy as it used to be. But there's something far more simple. The first player can simply pickaxe the wall as the second person stands ready to turbo build a brand new one. Depending on your ping, you have a 50-50 chance of getting it. No need to waste bullets. Now simply edit and take the elim in a very efficient way. I did say it was obvious, but come on, be honest, did you ever try it before? I know I didn't. The wall remove tactic we all used to use has now been patched, but there are a few ways to replicate it. By setting up a cone and editing a corner, you can be at a safe angle from the enemy inside his 1x1. From here, pickaxe multiple areas at once. Roof tile, wall, wall. Hopefully they'll be so confused about which structure you're breaking that you'll get an easy replace. We still can break another person's wall from behind a ramp, but it's a little harder in Season 9. As long as we hit the top of their wall before ramping up, the crit stays in the same place, allowing you to remove and replace the wall from the safety of your own ramp. Do you ever go up against those window peekers in scenarios like this? Have you tried throwing in a trap when they open the window? All that takes too much skill for me. If I have dynamites or nades, I simply put them on the top and go back to the tried and tested routine of shooting them through the roof. It's an oldie, but it's a bloody good one. As always, I'd like to take a few seconds out of this video to thank those people who've used code adamaru in the supporter creator shop. You guys make these videos possible and I bloody love you for it. Anyway, if you'd like your name to be here with all these legends, simply send me a video on Twitter of you buying something with my code. I appreciate it massively. Anyway, stop it with the self-promotion, Adam. Back to the video. So the flintknock pistol is a great tool to use to traverse or save yourself from high falls. Well, did you know that when crouching, the flintknock does not force you backwards? In our tests, it didn't always work. Maybe that's by design, or it'll be fixed soon, we'll see. So when you use it up high and don't want to risk falling, either place a wall behind you, or simply bend the knee. Whilst playing around with the flintknock, we discovered this. It's possible to knock someone out of their glider in mid-air. So if you're being pushed, shoot them and watch them regret their actions. Okay, so here's a really cool one. When being shot from a cannon, you can reload all your weapons, every single one of them. So be prepared for a fight whilst rotating. And yes, in this case, I literally mean rotating. As lobbies become sweatier and sweatier, we all need to think about preserving mats. I'm sure you've seen those turtle rat runs in the end game. Well, if you're by the side of the storm, use a rotated ramp to quickly get to the next circle. They offer cover from the side and above, which is pretty useful. Once safely into the next circle, remember to rotate it back. I always forget, and die unduly. Oh, here's a good one to finish on. Now we can't see our teammates' kills, it can be difficult to know if you're being carried or you're a worthy member of the team, but we can check. On PS4, press Options followed by the touchpad, and voila, there's their kills just there. I'm not sure what these buttons are on PC, Switch and Xbox, but it's the Options button followed by the map key. Hopefully that will help you figure it out. Okay, so there we have it, a few tips and tricks to keep you ahead of the game in Fortnite over Season 9 and beyond. Thanks for watching, I'm Adam, come talk to me over on Twitter, I'm Adam Grenade over there. Also a huge thank you to ZachGG, he's the master behind most of these tips, so I'll link his channel below if you want to go give him some love. If you sub to him now, you'll be within the first 1,000 people. One day he will have millions. It's been an absolute pleasure, I'll see you next time. shop. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.